Hello and welcome back to the Complete Web Developer series, where it is my goal to take you from a complete beginner to a job-ready developer and help you get a job. So in this chapter, we are on chapter 9, and we are talking about JavaScript. Now, like I said in earlier videos, oops, I forgot to move my microphone back. Sorry about that. But like I said in other videos, JavaScript is a very diverse language, and it's a really important language to know. And in fact, they've used JavaScript in so many different ways that you can only know JavaScript and build desktop applications, games, mobile applications, websites. And so it's really cool language. And so let's continue on. Let's go ahead and switch over to the screen here. Please comment, like, subscribe. That helps me a lot. Also hit your notification things so that you know when I post new videos. All right, so now here what we're going to do is we are going to create a new branch, and I'm going to see what branch I'm on. And I'm on master currently, and this is video 7. So what we're going to do is do a get checkout-b to create a new branch from master, and we'll call this v7. And then I'm going to do a get push set upstream origin v7. Once I've done that, I can go ahead and start working. 1 second, let me pause the video. I got a text message I have to answer. Sorry, guys. All right, sorry about that. I'm back. So let's go ahead and get going here. Let's go ahead and go to our code, and we'll close V6. And my air conditioner's kicking on. Dang it. Let me turn it off. I'm a mess this morning. So we'll do v7.html. And then we'll use exclamation tab to have Emmett create our boilerplate for us, and I'm gonna put in the title functions. So in this video, we're gonna talk about functions. And we have talked about these and used these extensively for PHP. And in fact, the syntax for a function is exactly the same in JavaScript as it is in PHP. So you simply just type the word function, and then you give it the name. So in this case, I want to do function, and I'm going to call this, let's call this to Celsius. And then we'll take a temp. All right. So what we're going to do, let's create 2 functions here. Let's create 2 Celsius and 2 Fahrenheit, and that'll take temp. All right, so what we're going to do here is a function allows us to pass in a parameter and perform some sort of operation on it, and then return the value of that. So we can use formulas like from math or something like that, but we can also, if we find ourselves repeating code, you don't really want to repeat code, so you could take that code and plug it into a function and then create parameters for any of the dynamic things that may be different. So there's oftentimes you will write code that is very similar but might have 1 or 2 differences, and you can solve that usually by using parameters. So I'm going to look up this function real quick. So for let me just grab this. So to convert from Celsius to Fahrenheit, it looks like the mathematical formula for that is this, okay? And then to convert Celsius from Fahrenheit, it looks like what did I, let's see. Now we want to convert from Fahrenheit to Celsius. So I'm just looking that up. Fahrenheit to Celsius. Okay, so that one is here. All right, so very similar, just the opposite, and I spelled Fahrenheit wrong. There we go. I think that's right. I'm horrible at spelling, so if you guys notice that I make a lot of spelling errors, that's because I'm horrible at it. I've gotten better through learning to program because I had to, but yeah, if it doesn't matter, I'll misspell this and then use the misspelling of it throughout my entire program sometimes. All right, so what we're gonna do, let's go ahead and create this 2 Celsius. So what we're gonna actually do is we can just return, we're gonna take 5 divided by 9, okay, and then that gets, we times that by our temp minus 32, okay? So that is the syntax for the formula here, and then we'll do the same thing for Fahrenheit. So we'll say return, and then this was going to be 9 divided by 5, and then we will do times temp plus 32. All right, so we'll save that, and then underneath here we can use these. So let's say my mind usually thinks in Fahrenheit because I live in the United States, but we'll do console log, and what we can do here is say 2 Celsius, and let's say it is 88 degrees Fahrenheit outside, and then let's do 88F is equal to you know what, let's take this and we'll concatenate on this, and then we'll concatenate on C. We'll save that. Let's go back here and we'll go to V7, hit enter, and it looks like 88 degrees Fahrenheit is equal to 31.11114 Celsius. So that seems to be working out really well. Let's see what console log 0 degrees Celsius is equal to, and then we'll concatenate on our 2 Fahrenheit, Fahrenheit, and we're going to pass in 0, and then we'll concatenate on F. All right, so 0 degrees Celsius is equal to 57.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, I think that's wrong. I thought, let's just Google that. I really thought that 32 degrees Fahrenheit was equal to 0 degrees Celsius. It is. 32 minus 32. Zero C to F. So I got something wrong here with the formula. So let's copy that. Let's go back and make sure this is correct here. Oh yeah, this is incorrect. What this should be is times temp and then plus 32. Oops. Let's try this again. There we go. 0 degrees Celsius is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. And let's double check our other one here. And let's say 88F to C 31.111. So I believe that one is correct. There we go. All right, so now I got these functions correct finally. So we can continue using these functions like this. But the other thing that's really cool is you see how I'm kind of doing this? We could actually create a function that will print this. So we could say function f to c what would we call this? Print f to c. Okay, and then what we can do is we'll take the temp here, and we can actually put in here, we can say console.log, and we could say we'll say console log temp plus f is equal to plus, and then here we can say 2 Celsius, and we'll pass in our temp, and we could do C here. Now this right here is exactly the same. So then what I can do is to call this function, instead of having to type this out every time, I can just say print F to C, and we can just do 88 like this. And then what we can do is we can create another function. Let me scroll up here. We could say function print C to F. Console log temp plus C equals space plus 2 Fahrenheit. We'll pass temp right on down. We can do that. So then what we can do is we could just use these functions a little bit easier. We can say print C to F, and we'll say 32. So now if we go back and hit refresh, we get these console logs, and it's, you know, just like this, okay? So that is using functions, and we could call functions within other functions. So oftentimes you will kind of do this thing where you build up functions that have kind of a single response ability, and then they can and then they're only responsible for one thing, and then other functions can do other things, okay? And they may call other functions. I will point out that a new version of JavaScript allows us to write functions a little bit in a different way, and that would be I'm just going to put say hello is equal to, and then we could put you know what, instead of say hello, let's just do say, and then this will be say words, okay? And then you do the fat rocket, and then this, and so you don't have to type the function thing here. And then what we can do here is just say console log words. Now this is a stupid function. We would normally do other stuff here, but then we could call this, and we can say hello world, okay, like that. And that will also work here in the console log. So this is exact same way. This is just an ES6 or ES 2015 specification for JavaScript. So you'll see functions written like this quite often, where it's the name of the function equals the parameters, and then a fat arrow, and then what happens in here is the function. So there's two different ways to write functions in JavaScript. Alright guys, well I hope that helps. Please comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.